Hello. Welcome to Hiromi Voice in English. Thank you so much for your time and coming here. Today, I'm going to talk about an onsen in Japan. Onsen means hot spring. And are you wondering why do I wear these clothes? Do you know this? Alright, you will see later. Japan has lots of hot springs. We are surrounded by mountains, so that's why I cannot count over the number of hot springs. I think your country has also hot springs, right? And today, the rules of hot springs in Japan is a little bit difficult, I think. So I wanted to tell you the generally rules and manners. Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, number 1. First, before going to an onsen, it is a good idea to check the rules of the facility because it depends on, right? So most onsen has similar manners, but the facility details can be different depending on the place. For example, you may want to check whether towels are included, whether tattoos are allowed, whether you can bring your own drink, whether swimsuits are required or not, and whether there is a private bath. In many traditional onsen, people do not wear swimsuits. They enter the bath naked, usually in separate areas for men and women. But some facilities are different. Some hot spring pools or mixed bathing areas may require swimsuits. I actually have never seen the facilities though yet, and some ryokan also have private baths or family baths. So before you go, it is always helpful to check the official website too, or ask the staff. You don't need to be perfect. Just knowing a few basic things will make your experience much more comfortable. So first, I'm telling you about towel. Yes, towel. At hotels or your ryokan, towels are often provided in your room or the front desk. Usually, there is a large bath towel for drying your body after the bath and a small towel that you can bring into the bathing area. The small towel is like this one. This one. It's small towel for onsen. You can wipe your face and body and the onsen. I'm gonna explain that later. However, the rules are different depending on the places. Some hotels may provide only one large bath towel per person. Some ryokan may provide one large towel per night. So if you want to take a bath at night, then again in the morning, it is a good idea to check the towel rules. If you provide one towel at night or a day per day, you need to keep it until the next morning, right? I always make a mistake about this, so just be careful. In Japan, morning baths are very common at ryokan. Many people enjoy taking a quiet bath early in the morning before breakfast, or some people do it after breakfast. So, if you are staying overnight and you want to enjoy both a night bath and a morning bath, please check whether you can get another towel. At day-use onsen facilities, towels are often not free. You may need to rent a towel, buy a towel, or bring your own. Many facilities allow you to bring your own towel, but again, this depends on the place. So if you are not sure, bringing a small towel with you is usually very helpful. A small towel is especially useful inside the bathing area. Can you imagine that? Do you know how to use this in the bathing area? You can use it to cover your body like that. Cover your body, wipe sweat over water, or wipe your hair like this. But there is one very important rule. Don't forget that. Don't put the towel into the bath water. It is not allowed. It's a bad manner. If you put this in the bath water, do not put the towel into the bath water, please. Okay? I will explain more about this later. So, when you arrive at onsen, you will first go to the changing room. In Japanese, the changing room is datsuijo. Datsuijo. This is where you take off your clothes before entering the bathing area. You put your clothes, underwear, bag, and other belongings into a locker or basket. If there is a locker key, keep the key with you during the bath. Many locker keys has a wristband, so you can wear it on your wrist while bathing. Please don't leave the key somewhere random. Keep it with you until you return the changing room. Also, please be careful with valuables. Even if there are lockers, it is better not to bring too many important items into the facility. Now, one more very important point. In the changing room and bathing area, you should not use your phone. Please don't take photos or videos. Even if you only want to take a picture of the room or of your family or of yourself, other people may be changing clothes or bathing nearby. Privacy is very important in onsen. So, as a general rule, phones and cameras should not be used in the changing room or bathing area. If you want to take photos, please take them outside in areas where photography is allowed. Okay, next. This is one of the most common questions from visitors. In most traditional Japanese onsen, you don't wear a swimsuit. You enter the bath naked. For people who are not used to this, it may feel a little surprising at first. but in Japan, this is totally normal in onsen and public baths. Usually, the bathing areas are separated by gender. There is a men's bath and women's bath. By the way, in most traditional public onsen in Japan, people are generally expected to use the bath that matches their biological sex and physical body, not their gender identity. If you are unsure or uncomfortable, please check with the facility in advance. A private bath may be more comfortable. You take off all your clothes in the changing room, then bring only your small towel in the bathing area. Okay? At first, you may feel shy. That is completely understandable. But most people are not looking at each other at all. They are just there to relax, wash, soak, and enjoy the moment. If you feel uncomfortable with a public bath, you can look for a private bath. Some you can have a private onsen rooms. This can be more comfortable for you. So now, this is one of the most important rules. Before you enter the bath, you wash your body first. It's a manner, it's a rule of onsen. In Japan, the bathtub is not a place to wash your body. It is a place to soak after your body is clean. When you enter the bathing area, you will usually see washing stations. There are small stools, showers, mirrors, shampoo, body soap, and sometimes conditioner. First, sit on the small chair like stool. Then, rinse your body well with the shower. Washing lightly is okay, but don't forget that before soaking in the bathtub, you need to wash at least one shower like that. Please make sure your body is clean enough before you go into the shared bath water. If you want to wash your hair, you can use shampoo at the washing area. Also, you can bring your own shampoo, face wash, or skincare items if you want. Just be careful not lost them. And please don't leave them at the washing station because other people may need to use that spot. So please keep your items to the side or use the small shelf or storage area if your onsen has one. Alright? This is very important because everyone shares the same bathwater. The bathwater is for relaxing, not for washing. So basic law is take off your clothes, go into the bathing area, wash or rinse your body, then enter the hot spring. Once you understand this law, onsen etiquette becomes more easier. Alright, now let's talk about the small towel. Many people bring a small towel into the bathing area. It's very useful. You can use it to cover your body a little while walking, like this. You can use it to wipe your face, like this. You can use it to rub your hair, like this. Like this. And you can also use it to lightly wipe your body before you going back to the changing room. You didn't. What's going on in your body? It's super humid, right? And this means the changing room is also humid. So you need to wipe your body before going to the changing room. That's why a small towel is very important. Okay? But again, please remember, do not put the towel into the bath bottle, please. This is a very common onsen rules. It's very important. Even if the towel looks clean, it is still not considered appropriate to put it into the shared bath. When you enter the bath, you can place the small towel on the edge of the bathtub. Many people hold it and put it on the top of their head, like this. Have you ever heard this song? This is a very old and famous song, casual song of soaking in bathtub. Yeah, not only for onsen, we do that. This means very relaxing. It's good hot spring, good hot water, like that. Anyways, please don't put the towel into the bath water. Please. Okay? You may have seen this in Japanese onsen scenes, right? Put it on your head. Have you? Yeah, it looks very Japanese, and it is also a practical way to keep the towel out of the bath water. When you leave the bathing area and go back to the changing room, use the small towel to lightly wipe the water from your body, like this. Before entering the changing room, squeeze the towel well. And then gently wipe your body. This helps keep the floor of the changing room from becoming too wet. After that, you can dry your body properly with the large bath towel in the changing room. Some people just finish with this small towel. So, do you know how much this small towel is very useful at onsen? This is a small detail, but it is a very Japanese kind of manners. It is not about being strict. It is about keeping the shared space comfortable for everyone. Okay, so what about if you have a long hair? What would you do? Please tie it up before entering the bathroom. Okay, like this. Or you can use this small towel, like this. Like I did earlier. Okay? Why? Why is that? Because your hair should not touch the bath water. If your hair put into the bath water, it's not appropriate, it's not good manner. You can use your hair tie a clip or wrap your hair with your small towel. The reason? Just as I said, but it's very simple. The hot spring water is shared by many people, so it is better to keep hair out of the water. If you forget a hair tie, you can use a towel. So if you have a long hair, a hair tie is one of the most useful things to bring an onsen. Okay? Thank you. So how to behave in the bath? Once your body is clean, you can slowly enter the bath. Please be careful because the bath water can be very hot. Put one foot in first, then slowly lower your body into the water. Don't jump in. Take your time. Onsen is really quiet place. People go there to relax, warm their body, and enjoy a peaceful moment. I think our onsen is kind of a meditation area, in my opinion. Just like this, they are so quiet. So please avoid speaking loudly. A quiet conversation is usually okay, but loud voices are not stable for onsen. But loud voices are not suitable for onsen. Also, please do not swim. An onsen is not a swimming pool. Don't splash water, don't play loudly, and don't move around too much. Just sit quietly, breathe deeply, and enjoy the warmth. You may feel your shoulders relax. Your hands and feet may become warm. Your breathing may become slower. That is one of the beautiful things about onsen. The atmosphere is calm. You do not need to do anything special. Just being the warm water is enough. Next, about tattoos. As I mentioned in the previous video, in Japan, some onsen or most onsen don't allow people with tattoos to enter. This is still common in many places. The reason is connected to old cultural images around the tattoos in Japan. Also, the reason why is once you enter with tattoos to hot water, the tattoo's ink is splitting. They are thinking like that, so that's why. The rules depends on the facilities, of course. So if you have a tattoo, it is best to check before you go. You can look at the website, send an email, ask a hotel staff. Like, タトゥーがあるんですけど入れますか? I have a tattoo. Can I enter the onsen? タトゥーが入ってるんですけど温泉に入れますか? I have a tattoos. Can I enter the onsen? And after that you add this sentence also. すごい小さくてカバーをすれば大丈夫でしょうか? It's small. will be okay if I put a cover on it. すごい小さいのでカバーをすれば入れますか？ It's small. Will it be okay if I put a cover on it? Okay? Or you can still enjoy the onsen experience with more privacy onsen. Alright? Onsen feel very relaxing, but it is easy to become overheat. In Japanese, this is called nobose, noboseta, noboseteru, nobosechatta. This means feeling dizzy, too hot, or lightheaded after staying in the bath for too long. Some hot spring water is quite hot. If you are not used to it, please don't stay in for a long time. It's going to be a very danger. You can enter the bath for a few minutes, then take a break. Sit outside the bath, cool down a little, drink some water if you need. Usually the changing room has a water area. You can use it. Then, if you feel okay, you can enter again. You don't need to force yourself to stay in the bath. Some people think they should stay in for a long time to get the full experience, but that is not necessary. The best way to enjoy onsen is to listen to your body. If you feel dizzy, too hot or uncomfortable, please get out of the bath slowly and take the rest. And don't forget that after bathing, please drink water and rest for a while. And it is best not to enter an onsen after drinking alcohol. It's gonna be also dangerous. Alcohol can make you feel dizzy more easily, right? So it can also make it harder for your body to control heat. Since onsen are already hot, very hot, drinking alcohol before bathing can be risky. So if you have been drinking, it is better to wait and avoid bathing. If you are staying at a ryokan, you may want to enjoy the bath before dinner or before drinking. Then after dinner, you can just relax in your room, or you can take a shower in your room. Of course, everyone's body is different, but as a general rule, entering an onsen after drinking alcohol is not recommended. Safety is more important than forcing yourself to enjoy everything at once. Let's move on. When you are ready to leave the bath, stand up slowly. Because the water is hot, your blood pressure may change. So please do not stand up too quickly. After you get out of the bath, you may rinse your body lightly with the shower if you want. Some people don't rinse after an onsen because they want to keep the hot spring minerals on their skin. Then gently wipe the water from your body. You don't need to become completely dry yet. Just try not to drip water all over the changing room floor. After you return to the changing room, use your large bath towel to dry your body properly. Then put on your clothes or yukata. This is yukata. A yukata is a light cotton kimono. It's more casual than kimono. It is like relaxing clothes for your stay. You know, yukata is like this. We call it obi. But yukata's obi is very light and too easy to wipe. Okay, yukata. It's easy to put on and very cool and light. So after onsen, it's better to wear this. It's more comfortable. And after onsen, you can relax in your room or in the lounge. If you are staying at the ryokan, you might enjoy taking a slow walk in the garden. I personally love looking up at the night sky after a bath. My body is still warm, and the cool, clear night air wraps around me softly. This is romantic. In the quiet moment, doing nothing feels very special. It is such a peaceful and luxurious moment. So, how was it? Are you getting interested in onsen more? Today's explanation was about general onsen rules and manners. So if you have any questions or worries, please ask the staff at each facility. I hope your onsen experience in Japan will be wonderful and amazing. Thank you so much for listening as well. I hope you guys have a peaceful moment and night wherever you are. お疲れ様でした。おやすみなさい。See you in the next video. いい歌なあははん。いい歌なあははん。バイバイ。Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Hiromi Voice in English. Thank you so much for coming. Today, I'd like to talk to those of you who are planning to visit Japan, especially in summer. Also, to those who hope to visit Japan someday. But before we begin, I'd like to say something. This year, I heard that many parts of Europe experienced record-breaking heat, and that many people had a very difficult time because of it. I'm so sorry to hear that. My heart goes out to everyone who was attacked. I hope the situation is getting better. Japan also has very intense summer heat, but it is a little bit different. Japanese summer is not only hot, it is also very, very humid. This humidity can make the heat feel much heavier on your body. But Japan, is also a country that has lived with hot and humid summers for a long time. So there are many ways to protect yourself, many useful items, and many places where you can cool down. If you know the important points I will talk about today, summer in Japan doesn't have to be scary. You can prepare well, take care of yourself, and enjoy your trip safely. Alright, let's begin. First, let me talk about when summer in Japan usually is. It's a little bit long. In general, it is easy to think of Japanese summer as being from June to September. June is a rainy season. There is a lot of rain and the humidity becomes very high. July and August are usually the hottest months of the year. And even in September, the heat often remains. In Japanese, this lingering summer heat is called zansho. Zansho, or the kanji for zansho, is remaining and heat. So zansho means the heat that remains after summer. Recently, there are already very hot days from the late May, and sometimes even in October, it can still feel like summer. So, the season of dangerous heat for your body can be longer than the summer season on the calendar. The period you should be especially careful about is from late May to around October. That's long, right? I know. And among those months, July, August, and the lingering heat in September require special care. Okay, so why is summer in Japan so hard? The reason is not only the temperature. As I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest points is humidity. Japanese summer is very humid. Even if the temperature is the same, when the humidity is high, it becomes harder for your body to release heat. Even if you sweat, your sweat does not dry easily, so your body temperature does not go down easily. Because of this, just walking outside can take away your energy little by little, maybe more than you expected. Especially you are traveling, you walk much more than you think. You may walk from the station to your hotel, shrines and temples. You may wait in long lines. In the cities like Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, asphalt roads and buildings can hold a lot of heat. Sometimes, even at night, it doesn't cool down very much. You may think my country is hot too, so I will be fine. But many people feel that Japanese summer is different. Japanese summer is not just hot. It is kind of heat that drains your energy because of the humidity. Don't forget that, please. Okay, and the most important thing I think is heat stroke. Heat stroke. We call it 熱中症. The most important thing to be careful about is heat stroke. 熱中症. Heat stroke is something you really need to pay attention to during summer in Japan. At first, you may feel only a little tired. But if you push yourself too much, or if you don't drink water or sport drink or something like that, or if you don't take a rest, your condition can suddenly become dangerous. For example, you may feel dizzy, you may have a headache, you may feel nauseous. Your body may feel very heavy. You may sweat a lot, or on the other hand, you may stop sweating. your mind may feel unclear or foggy. If you have these symptoms, please don't think, I can just try a little harder, or I can just feel just tired or exhausted. No, it might be heat stroke. Please move to cool a place right away. Drink something cooler and rest your body. When you are traveling in Japan, you may want to make many plans. You may think, I came all the way to Japan, so I want to go here, I want to go there too. I understand that feeling very well, but during summer in Japan, it's very dangerous, so protecting your health is more important than completing every plan. Okay, heat stroke is you sound it's not a big deal, but heat stroke is gonna be a death. Many people died by heat stroke every year in Japan. So, don't forget that how dangerous heat stroke is. Also, Japan has lots of heat stroke in summer every year. Okay? Alright. So, what should we do to protect yourself by heat stroke? To prevent heat stroke, please drink water often. Do not wait until you feel thirsty. It is important to drink little by little before you become thirsty. Before. Also, when you sweat a lot, your body loses not only water, but also salt and minerals. So drinking only water may not be enough. Sports drinks or salt tablets or candies can also be helpful. At convenience stores or drugstores in Japan, you can find many useful items for summer. Sports drinks, oral dehydration drinks, salt tablets, candies, cooling seeds, sunscreen, and many other things. If you are not feeling well or need something, please try going into a convenience stores or drugstores, please. Okay, also, I want to mention about how to protect yourself from the sun. When you walk outside during the daytime in Japanese summer, at first you feel good, but after 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you feel dizzy because of the humidity and hot. So I really recommend using either a hat or parasol. Do you have a parasol? Actually, I would say that a hat or a parasol is most essential. I often see visitors wearing sunglasses, but I feel that not everyone has something to protect their head from the sun. In Japan, direct sunlight in summer can be very strong, and protecting your head is very important to avoid heat stroke. A hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, and a parasol can be very helpful. When you hear the word a parasol, you may imagine something large like an umbrella for golf. do you? But in Japan, there are many small holding umbrellas that can be used both on sunny days and rainy days. It's very light and small. I can open it. I can cut strong sunlight by one item, and if it rains, I can use it as an umbrella. It's very useful, and I think more than 50% of the adults women have this umbrella. We call it oritatami kasa or higasa. It's really, really useful. Many of them are light, compact as you saw, and easy to carry in your bag. So if you are traveling in Japan during summer, buying a small holding umbrella can be very useful. In Japan, many people use parasols in summer. Some people may think parasols are only for fashion, but in Japanese summer, they are also a practical tool to protect your body from the heat and sunlight. If you are walking outside for a long time, especially at sightseeing spots, please try to avoid direct sunlight as much as possible. Even small things like this, like a hat, a parasol, can help. Now, I would also like to say something for families traveling with small children. If you are using a stroller in Japanese summer, please be extra cautious. A stroller is closer to the ground, so what will happen? You can imagine that, right? Babies and small children may feel much more heat than adults do because it's closer to the ground. The ground, especially asphalt, can become very hot during the day. So please check your children often. At many convenience stores in Japan, you can buy frozen plastic bottles of drinks. These can be useful for cooling the stroller area. But don't place something frozen directly on your children's skin. Of course, wrap it in a towel or place it near the stroller to cool the air around them. Or a small battery-powered fan can also be helpful. Alright, now I would like to talk about a good point of summer in Japan. Japanese summer is very tough, but there are also a good side. In Japan, hotels and many buildings usually have air conditioning. Even in schools, most of schools have air conditionings recently. Hotels, convenience stores, cafes, restaurants, station buildings, department stores, trains, buses, museums, and large shopping malls, or even small malls. There are many places where you can cool down and rest. So please don't try or endure the heat for too long. If you feel even a little too hot, please go indoors early. Buy a cold drink at the convenience store, take a short break at a cafe, walk inside a station building or a department store. These small breaks are very important. In Japanese summer, resting should be part of your travel plan. However, not every place is cool. Outdoor areas of shrines and temples, summer festivals, fireworks festivals, station platforms, bus stops, rivers, mountains, and beaches may not have air conditioning. Especially at summer festivals and fireworks festivals, there are many people. The air may not move well, and you may have to stay outside for a long time. These events are very fun, but they also use a lot of energy more than you think. If you were in Yukata, it looks very beautiful and nice, but if you are not used to it, it may feel hot and humid, and it may be difficult to walk as well. If you walk for a long time in Geta, which is the sandals of Japanese, your feet may hurt. It's also to be difficult to walk. So please don't push yourself too hard. Take breaks and enjoy slowly. Alright, next, let me talk about the weather. Japanese weather in summer is also very kind of dangerous, because it's not suitable. In Japanese summer, you need to be careful not only about heat, but also sudden rain, thunder, and typhoons. Especially in the afternoon, heavy rain can suddenly start. It may be sunny, and then suddenly the sky becomes dark and very strong rain begins to fall. If you hear thunder or look the dark cloud, please don't force yourself to walk outside. Stay inside. You need to be especially careful in the mountains, near rivers, at the beach, in large parks, and at the outdoor event areas. Also, from summer to autumn, typhoons can come to Japan a lot. It's really a lot. When a typhoon approaches, airlines, Shinkansen trains, local trains, ferries, and other transportation may be delayed or stopped. When you are traveling, please check not only the weather forecast, but also transportation information. Next, I would like to talk a little about the dangers of the sea, rivers, and mountains. In summer, many people in Japan go to the sea, rivers, and mountains. Spending summer in nature can feel very nice, but nature has different dangers from the city. A river may look shallow, but the current can be strong, especially after rain. The weather level can rise suddenly. At the sea, you need to be careful of waves and currents. Even if the sea looks calm, you may be carried away from the shore. Mountains may seem cooler than the city, but even in the mountains, you can still get heat stroke. There may also be many insects, and the weather can change suddenly. Going into nature with only sandals or barely light clothing can be a little dangerous. When you go to the sea, a river, mountains, please choose clothes and shoes that are suitable for that place. And if the weather is bad, or if you are not feeling well, please do not force yourself to go. Also, in recent years, more people have been attacked by bears in the mountain in Japan. I might talk about this in another video, but for now, please remember that hiking in Japan is not always as safe as people might imagine anymore. Before you go hiking, please check recent news and past incidents in that area. Alright? Okay. Next, I would like to talk about insects and food. In summer in Japan, there can be many mosquitoes depending on the place. In parks, shrines, near rivers, and places near mountains, of course, even in the big cities. I mean, mosquitoes are anywhere, everywhere in summer in Japan. You know, summer is long, right? So mosquitoes are living for a long time, you know, from late May to October. Wow, I know. Also, when you sweat a lot, your skin may become itchy, or you may get heat rash. If you sweat, it is a good idea to wipe your skin with a towel or change your clothes, if possible, and keep your skin clean. Also, in summer, food can spoil more easily. Please don't keep bento, rice balls, sweets with cream, raw food, or similar foods in your bag for a long time. Japan has many convenience stores and vending machines. Sometimes, instead of carrying food and drinks for a long time, it is safer to buy them when you need them. Okay? Alright, I think I told you guys the points to protect yourself when you visit Japan, especially in summer. I hope these are going to be helpful. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you. おやすみなさい。Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Hiromi Voice in English. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much. 待って、もう一回言っちゃった。Alright, take two. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Hiromi Voice in English. Today, I'd like to talk those you. No. Hello. Hello. Welcome to Hiromi Voice in English. Thank you so much for backing to my channel. Today, I am going to talk about the difference between a shrine and a temple in Japan. When you travel around Japan, you will see many shrines and temples. Have you? Some have long walls and bright red gates. Some have large Buddhist statues. Others have beautiful gardens, old wooden buildings, or peaceful paths surrounded by trees. They all feel very Japanese, but do you know the difference between a shrine and a temple? Actually, I think many Japanese people would have trouble explaining it clearly too. Of course, we know that shrines and temples are different places. But if someone asks us, what exactly is the difference? Do you pray in the same way? Do Japanese people visit a shrine or a temple for New Year? Some of us might suddenly become a little unsure. So today, I would like to explain the difference between shrines and temples in a simple and practical way. I hope this video helps you better understand an important part of Japanese culture, whether you're planning a trip to Japan or simply curious about the country. Alright, let's begin. Let's begin the most basic difference. A shrine is connected to Shinto. Shinto is Japan's indigenous religious tradition. A temple is connected to Buddhism. At Shinto shrines, Japanese gods called kami, kami-sama, are enshrined. There is not just one kami in Shinto. There are kami-sama connected to the sun, mountains, oceans, rivers, wind, trees, and many other parts of nature. There are also kami associated with certain places or aspects of life, such as learning, business, safe childbirth, relationships, or good health. In some cases, historical figures are also worshipped as kami. In Japan, people have traditionally believed that secret spirits can exist throughout nature and the world around us. This idea is sometimes expressed through the phrase Yaoyorozu no kami, Yaoyorozu no kami-sama. It literally looks like it means 8 million gods, but it does not refer to an exact number. It means that there are countless kami everywhere. Temples, on the other hand, are places connected to Buddhist teachings. Different temples may enshrine different Buddhist figures such as Amida Nyorai, Yakushi Nyorai, Kannon-sama, Fudo-myo-o. They may also belong to different schools of Buddhism and follow different teachings and traditions. So, in very simple terms, at a shrine, pay their respects to Shinto kami, kami-sama. At a temple, people pray before Buddhist figures and connect with Buddhist teachings. That is the most fundamental difference. Shrines are Shinto, temples are Buddhist. When you are traveling in Japan, how can you tell whether the place in front of you is a shrine or a temple. The easiest clue is usually the entrance. Look at the entrances. The most recognizable symbol of a Shinto shrine is the Torii gate. We call it Torii. A torii usually has two vertical pillars with horizontal beams across the top. Many famous torii gates are painted red, but not all of them are. Some are made of plain wood, stone, or even metal. A torii marks the boundary between the ordinary world and the secret place of the kami. The thousands of red torii gates at Fushimi Inari Taisha in Kyoto are probably one of the most famous examples. When people see those gates, they immediately think of Japan, right? However, remember that not every torii is red. The shape of the gate is more important than the color. What about a temple? A Buddhist temple often has a large entrance gate with a roof. This kind of gate may be called sammon. It marks the boundary between the ordinary world with its worldly desires and distractions, and the peaceful, purified space of the temple grounds, which is the same, right, to our shrines. Some temple gates look almost like buildings themselves. You may also see two powerful and slightly frightening statues standing on either side of the entrance. They are called Nyozo, Neo guardians. They are believed to protect the temple. The Kaminarimon Gate at Sensoji in Tokyo and the large gate at Todaiji in Nara are famous examples. So, as a basic travel tip, if you see a torii, it is probably a shrine. If you see a large roofed gate, Buddhist statues, or Nyozo, it is probably a temple. However, this method is not always perfect. For many centuries, Shinto and Buddhism were deeply connected in Japan. Because of this, you may sometimes find a small shrine inside a temple complex, or a temple building near a shrine. They are very close, so even Japanese people can occasionally become confused. There are some other clues that can help you identify a shrine or a temple. At a shrine, you may see a secret rope called shimenawa. It often has white, zigzag sharp-shaped paper decorations hanging from it. A shimenawa shows that a place or object is considered sacred. You may also see a pair of animal-like guardian statues near the entrance. These are called komain. They often look like a mixture of dogs and lions. At Inari shrines, you may see fox statues instead. Yes, fox. Foxes are generally understood to be messengers of the inari god rather than the god itself. At the temple, you are more likely to see Buddhist statues and places where people burn incense. Inside the main hall, there may be Buddhist images, paintings, decorations, or beautiful carvings. Japanese ceremonies are also often located inside or near Buddhist temple grounds. However, you may not always be able to see the main sacred object. Some Buddhist statues are hidden from public view and only displayed on special occasions. At Shinto shrines, a sacred object in which the kami-sama is believed to reside is also usually kept in a place that visitors cannot see. So, unlike some places of worship in other countries, you may not see a clear image or statue of the god directly in front of you. The name of the place may also give you a clue. Shrine names often include words such as jinja, meaning shrine, or jingu, taisha, meaning grand shrine, or hachimangu. For example, Meiji Jingu, Izumo Taisha, Fushimi Inari Taisha, and Tsurugashima Hachimangu. These are all Shinto shrines. Temple names often include the character for temple, which may be pronounced ji, tera, dera, depending on the name. For example, Sensoji, there's ji. Kiyomizu dera, there's dera. Todaiji. Temple names may also end in im, meaning an institution or hall associated with Buddhism. For example, Byodo-in. If you are learning Japanese, looking at the end of a place name can help you guess whether it is a shrine or a temple. The word jingu is usually used for shrines with a particularly close connection to the imperial family or an emperor. I didn't know that. Shrines and temples have different prayer customs, but they also have some similarities. One of them is offering called osaisen. Osaisen is money that people offer when visiting a shrine or temple. It is usually placed into a wooden box called a osaisen bako, or offering box before praying. You will often see one in front of the main worship area. People offer osaisen to express gratitude, respect, or a personal wish to the kami-sama or Buddhist figure. However, it is not a fee that you pay in exchange for having your wish granted. There is no official amount that you are required to give. Many people use coins that they already have with them, such as 5엔, 10엔, 100엔. The 5엔 coin is especially popular, I think, because in Japan, the word for goen, sounds the same as goen, which means a connection, relationship, or a good fortune and meeting people. We call it goen. ご縁がある。私には縁がある。私とあなたは縁がある。ご縁 is a good word. Because of this word play, some people feel that a ご縁 coin may bring good connections. But you don't have to use a ご縁 coin. You also do not receive more blessings simply because you offer more money. The important thing is the feeling of respect for gratitude or gratitude behind the offering. People often say that they throw a coin into the box, and some people do toss it from a short distance. However, it is more respectful to place or gently toss it into the box rather than throwing it forcefully. Both shrines and temples may have offering boxes. The biggest difference comes after you offer the money. The way you pray is different. When entering a shrine, many people stop in front of the torii and give a small bow. Is it right pronunciation? Bow before walking through. The path leading through the shrine ground is called sando. Traditionally, the center of the path, the center of sando, is considered the route used by the kami-sama. So some people walk slightly to the side. However, you don't need to worry too much, especially when the shrine is crowded. The most important thing is to behave respectfully. Before approaching the main shrine building, you may see a purification fountain called temizuya. Visitors use the water to cleanse their hands and their mouth before praying. This is not simply about washing away physical dirt. It represents purifying yourself before entering a sacred space and place. After that, you approach the main worship area. You gently place your offering into the offering box. If there is a bell, you may ring it. Maybe once, twice, or 3 times. The most common prayer style at a shrine is called 2 bows, 2 claps, and 1 final bow. In Japanese, this is called 2礼、2拍手、1礼。2礼、2拍手、1礼。First, bow deeply 2 times. Then, clap your hands 2 times. After that, bring your hands together and quietly offer your prayer or gratitude. After that, bow 1 time more. Bow 1 more time. And finished. However, some shrines have different customs. I didn't know that though. For example, a small number of shrines use 4 claps instead of 2. Wow. If there are instructions at the shrine, follow the local custom. So what about temple? When entering a Buddhist temple, some people also give a small bow at the same gate. If there is a purification fountain, you may cleanse your hands and mouth in a similar way. So you never forget your handkerchief, right? Many temples also have a large incense burner. Priestess may offer incense and gently move some of the smoke toward themselves, like this. Yeah, it's interesting, right? But they do that. I do this. Some people believe the smoke may help purify them or bring healing to parts of your body. At the main hall, you can place an offering into the offering box and quietly bring your hands together. No clap. The main difference from a shrine is that you normally do not clap. No, just do this. At shrine, you usually clap twice, right? At a temple, you quietly place your palms together like this. And this gesture is called gassho. Gassho. Depending on the temple and the Buddhist school, the precise customs may vary. But if you are not sure what to do, simply stand quietly, put your hands together, and show respect. Close your eyes. That is usually enough. Some travelers become nervous because they are afraid of making a mistake, because there is a sacred place. But you don't have to nervous too much. You don't have to do or perform perfectly. What matter most is attitude, your attitude. Speak quietly. Do not enter restricted areas, and check whether photography is permitted. And respect the people who are there to pray. This is where things become especially interesting. Japanese people do not always separate shrines and temples very strictly in everyday life. That's why they would have some troubles of explaining about the difference between shrines and temples. For example, many people make their first religious visit of the year during the New Year period. This is called Hatsumode. Do you remember this word? We learned in the Japanese class, Hatsumode. Some people believe that Hatsumode must be done at a shrine, but some people visit both shrines and temples for Hatsumode. Some visit a local shrine, others visit famous Buddhist temples such as Sensoji or Narita-san. Events connected to children are often held at the shrine. For example, families may visit the shrine for omiya maeri, a baby's first shrine visit. Many families also visit shrine for shichigo-san, a traditional celebration for children at the ages of 3, 5, and 7. Some couples hold traditional Shinto wedding ceremonies at shrines. On the other hand, funerals, memorial services, and visiting family graves are often connected to Buddhist temples and Buddhist priests. On the other hand, funerals, memorial services, and visiting family graves are often connected to Buddhist temples. However, they are only general tendencies. Not every Japanese person follows the same customs. Some couples marry in a church-style wedding ceremony, even if they are not Christian. Others have weddings in hotels or wedding venues without a strong religious element. There are also funerals that are not based on Buddhist traditions. It depends on the family, the region, and the individual. Many Japanese people say that they do not strongly follow a particular religion, but they may still visit a shrine or a temple at New Year. They may visit family graves during Obon. They may carry an omamori charm. They may also enjoy Christmas. From the outside, this may seem contradictory, right? Do you think so? I think so. You might wonder, how can people follow all of these different traditions? But for many Japanese people, these activities are not about choosing only one religious identity. They are connected to family, local communities, seasonal customs, and important stages of life. Visiting a shrine does not mean rejecting Buddhism. Visiting a temple does not mean rejecting Shinto. Both can exist naturally in the same person's life. Why do Shinto and Buddhism coexist so naturally in Japan? For much of Japanese history, they were not completely separate. The historical combination of Shinto and Buddhism is called Shinbutsu Shugo. Buddhism was introduced to Japan around the 6th to 10th century. Japan already has its own traditions of worshipping kami-sama. Instead of one tradition completely replacing the other, the two gradually became connected. The relationship between them changed over time. In some periods, people believed that Japanese kami were local forms in which Buddhist figures appeared. In other cases, kami were believed to protect Buddhist teachings. Shrines were built inside temple grounds. Temples were built near shrines. Buddhist priests sometimes took part in ritual connected to kami. For many centuries, Shinto and Buddhism existed together in complicated but natural ways. Then, in 1868, the Meiji government introduced a policy that formally separated Shinto and Buddhism. This is known as Shinbutsu Bunri. Shugo means connect, Bunri is separate. on the separation of kami and Buddhas. As a result, shrines and temples became more clearly separated as institutions. However, Shinto and Buddhism had already been connected for more than 1,000 years. Their influence on each other could not simply disappear. We can still see that history in modern Japanese culture today. So, when people try to explain the difference between shrines and temples, it can become surprisingly complicated. The basic answer is simple. Shrines are Shinto. Temples are Buddhist. But historically, they have not always existed as two completely separate worlds. This may be one reason why Japanese people sometimes have difficulty explaining the difference clearly. It is not necessarily because they have never learned about it. The history itself is complex. So how was it? Did you already know the difference between a shrine and a temple? Can you say that? You got it? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm just curious, are there sacred places in your country that look similar but are actually different, just like a shrine and a temple? Please let me know in the comments. Alright, on this channel, I will bring you a relaxing time with learning Japanese culture, language, and everyday life. If it sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching at the end. I hope we will see in the next video again. お疲れ様でした。See you. おやすみなさい。Let's begin with the most basic difference. Let's begin. こんな日に限ってサムネを撮りましょう。とりあえず撮影します。Actually, I think many Japanese people would have trouble explaining. But if someone asks you or asks us, what exactly? 違うか。みんなじゃないね。Let's begin with the most basic most. If there is a purify, what exactly is the difference? Please subscribe to this channel. Hello everyone, welcome back to Hiromi Voice in English. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I am going to introduce you to a very popular Japanese coffee shop. In Japan, we often use the word 喫茶店. 喫茶店. Have you ever heard this word? For a traditional coffee shop, a 喫茶店 usually serves drink such as coffee and tea, along with light meals and desserts like toast and cake. People visit 喫茶店 not only to eat and drink, but also to relax, chat with friends, or enjoy some quiet time reading a book. Japan's first kissaten is said to have opened in 1888. Since then, coffee shop culture in Japan has expanded and developed in many different ways. Today, you can find a traditional kissaten with a nostalgic atmosphere, casual neighborhood cafes, modern coffee shops, and large nationwide chains. Each one has its own unique style and character. And today, I'm going to introduce you to one of Japan's most famous coffee shop chains. The name is Komeda Coffee, commonly known simply as Komeda. Komeda. It is said that the name Komeda originated from the fact that the founder's family ran rice shops. I didn't know that though. And Komeda was founded in Nagoya in 1968. It later expanded throughout Japan, opening stores in all 47 prefectures by 2019. It happened so fast. I'm from Nagoya, so I was already familiar with Komeda, but it wasn't widely known across the country until around 2019. However, once they expanded nationwide, they became famous in the blink of an eye. It really took me by surprise. It was so fast. And today, there are 1,000 Komeda locations across the country. Wow! So, if you visit Japan, there is a good chance you will see one somewhere. Komeda is a little different from an ordinary coffee shop, and one of its most famous features is its morning service. What kind of morning service? If you order a drink before 11 a.m., you can receive a light breakfast, such as bread and egg, at no extra charge. And if you order another drink before 11 a.m., you can receive another morning set with the drink. So, today, please imagine that we are having breakfast together at Komeda. Are you ready? Let's go! Here is the outside of Komeda. Because it's a nationwide chain, most Komeda locations have a similar look and atmosphere. This location is opened from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. Opening hours vary depending on the location. Outside the entrance, there are signs showing seasonal items and the restaurant's current recommendations. Before we go inside, look at these food samples. They are all fake. Many restaurants in Japan display realistic plastic food samples like these. They allow customers to see what the dishes look like before ordering, which is especially helpful if you can't read the menu. As soon as we sit down, we are served some water and an oshibori. An oshibori is a wet hand towel that you can use before eating and while eating. To open it, you simply pull either end of the package, and the top tears off easily. Look, it's nice and hot. It's summer right now, but the coffee is so cool inside, so the warm towel actually feels very comforting. And look at this, even the towel has the Komeda logo on it. Alright, let's order. For the morning set, you first choose a drink from the menu on the left. Next, you choose either a slice of toast or a round bread roll. Then, you choose one of three options: a boiled egg, creamy egg salad, or sweet red bean paste. You can also add side dishes such as a salad for an extra charge. Here's what I ordered: corn soup, toast, a boiled egg, and an extra salad. At some locations, you can order using your phone, but you can also place this button on the wall to call a member of staff. Here it is. For the toast, you can choose strawberry jam, margarine, or a mixture of both. I chose strawberry jam. It looks delicious. Alright, let's eat. Itadakimasu. Oh, that's what I thought, but I noticed that my salad didn't come with any dressing, so I asked a member of staff to bring some. Komeda has two kinds of salad dressing. One is mainly made with soy sauce and vinegar. The other has a creamy flavor, mainly made with mayonnaise and vinegar. They are both delicious. You should try them. You can gently tap the boiled egg against the table to crack the shell. Then pat it over your plate or a small basket so you don't make it mess. There's salt on every table, so you can add as much as you like. The bread is so soft and fluffy. It's so delicious. Komeda also sells loaves of the bread inside the cafe, so you can take one home with you. Now I'm going to order a melon cream soda. It was still only 10 a.m., so because I ordered another drink before 11 o'clock, it also came with another morning set. Yeah, breakfast again. This is what the drink looks like in the menu photo. The amount of soft service ice cream looks quite reasonable, doesn't it? And this is what actually arrived. Isn't that a lot of ice cream? Here's something you should know about Komeda. It's so famous for serving food that is often bigger than it looks in the menu photos. So make sure you go there with an empty stomach. The coffee portions, however, are quite normal. For my second morning set, I chose the round bread roll with margarine and ogura am. Ogura am is a sweet red bean paste made from azuki beans. In Nagoya and surrounding Tokai region, there is a popular kissaten dish called ogura toast. It's toast topped with butter or margarine and sweet red bean paste. As Nagoya-style coffee shops such as Komeda expanded across Japan, ogura toast became well known throughout the country. It is really good. It's delicious. And that's the end of my second breakfast. There's only a little cream soda left now. We've finished everything. ごちそうさまでした. This is what Japanese people often say after finishing a meal. It means something like, thank you for the meal. The total bill, including my husband's breakfast, came to 2,020 yen. And in Japan, there is no need to leave a tip. That was our morning at Komeda. 美味しかったですね。Alright, how was it? Did you have fun with me? Great. Okay, I don't think Komeda is very well known among international visitors yet. But it has plenty of affordable and generously sized dishes. It was fun and good taste. So if you see one, I strongly recommend to visit there. On this channel, you can relax while learning more about Japan, its culture, language, and everyday life. If it sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope we will see you again in the next video. またお会いしましょう。See you. おやすみなさい。On this channel, you can relax while learning more about. On this channel, you can relax. Okay, on this channel, you can relax while learning more about Japan, such as on this channel, you can relax while learning Japan. It's in the morning, so my brain is not working yet. Yeah. 頑張って。On this channel, hello everyone. However, once they expanded nationwide, they became famous in the blink of an eye. I'm not familiar with this word, so okay. However, once they developed nationwide, they became famous in the blink of an eye. It really took me surprise. No, bye. I will go bye.